Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. So if you saw my last video where I followed a makeup tutorial by only listening to the voiceover.
And just to make everything pop, I'm gonna apply a little bit more black eyeshadow to the lower lash line and the outer V of my eye.
More black? I don't think there's room for more black. You know that in that video, I kind of found out that sometimes I tend to think that people know a lot of things about makeup, even though I should be aware of the fact that there are beginners watching my videos. So it really inspired me to do a makeup transformation / tutorial and really get into the tutorial part and really tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what kind of finish it will give you. So I just wanna tutor. My channel's called NikkieTutorials, not Challenge Tutorials, so I thought today would be the perfect time to come back with a tutorial. I recently got this palette right here. This is by Colored Rain. Colored Rain has always been one of my favorite brands out there. I've been an affiliate with them for years, and they recently came out with, now you guys know I love colors, they came out with a bunch of colorful bright matte shadows. So I got this in the mail. I really want to play with that today and just really come up with a fun, creative summer transformation. I'm gonna be taking a dive into a lot of new products that came in and see how they work on my face. And yeah, I am just excited to play with makeup again and not stress about a challenge for once. So if you're excited about this, then please keep on watching. Alrighty, so I got a bunch of new products in that I want to play with for the face. We all know the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. I've been really liking this lately, so I definitely want to put this on, but I want to mix it with this. There's a brand new makeup brand out there called Flesh, and they sent me a PR package, and this is a primer, and I don't know, it just looks very interesting to me, and I want to see what it does to the skin. So I'm going to be mixing these two together to hopefully fight the shine and to fill in some pores. So first I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to pop the primer by Fenty on, as well as the Flash one. Oh yeah. Oh. And then I'm just dotting it on to my face and start to buff it in with the brush. I don't really have a brand new foundation to try, so I want to go in with my favorite holy grail, Becca 24-Hour Ultimate Coverage. And you always want to apply this in tapping motions. As soon as you start buffing it in or kind of dragging it on, you're going to lose your coverage. And when you are a full coverage addict like I am, you want to preserve all of that coverage. So you tap it on up and down. And because you're tapping it up and down, you are saving all that pigment, which in the end makes for less product use. When you think about it, because you have so much coverage, you don't need as much product to cover up any imperfections or little flaws. You just need less product. Now I still pile it on, but in theory, you need less product. Oh, I swear this foundation is my bestie. It feels light on the skin. It gives you tremendous amounts of flawlessness. I love it. For concealer, I want to dip into the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I see a lot of people obsessing over this, and personally, I haven't loved it as much as I see other people loving it. So I just want to give it another go to see if I can change my opinions on it or if it will totally blast me away. And I also want to try the Cake Face Concealer by Beauty Bakery. This is their lightest tone, which is a little bit too dark and too yellow for me. I like it to kind of neutralize and brighten up the more shadowy parts of my face, so like around here, around here. A yellow toned concealer will always counteract with darkness on your face. So I really like the mix of those two. So that's the concealer cocktail for today. First, the Beauty Bakery, just on the dark shadowy parts of my under eyes. And then also right here, because I tend to get dark there. And then the ColourPop right over top to sort of brighten and highlight. Okay, so I'm noticing that the Beauty Bakery concealer, you have to blend in right away because it kind of sets in its place. And it's really hard to blend it out. Oh my God. So when you try the Beauty Bakery concealer, make sure that as soon as you apply it, you blend it in right away. Okay, I'm quickly gonna set my under eyes using my Fit Me Loose powder by Maybelline. Okay, quickly gonna do my brows off camera and let this powder bake for a little, and then I'll be back. First, I'm priming my eyelids using the P. Louise base. All perfectly primed, and the look I'm creating today is inspired by Manny MUA here on YouTube. You've probably heard of him before, and he recently did a super colorful look on his Instagram page, and it just inspired me so much, like the shape and like the cutout. So I am taking huge inspiration from that today. I'm just changing up the colors and a couple of other things. Now I'm dipping into the Colored Rain Shadow palette and dipping into the yellow called Lemon Drop. And with this, I'm gonna define the inner part of my crease. Picking that up on a Morphe M506, my favorite precise blending brush, and go to town. At first, I kind of stamp the color onto my base to get maximum color payoff. And then as soon as the color's on there, I'm going to buff out my edges using soft circular motions to get that nice gradient. Now, this is a very intense look, so I'm gonna bring that yellow up all the way to sort of that nose line, like the bottom of the front of my brow for that extra drama llama. On another Morphe M506, I'm dipping into the hot pink, which is called Party Drip. And with the brush, I'm first stamping that color onto the outer corner of my lid as well as my crease, and then slowly but softly start blending that out. And then going back to our favorite blending trick by applying soft circular motions right at the edge to buff it out. Then going in with that neon coral called Splash, and this is going as a transition between the yellow and the pink. So I just picked that color up on the tip of my brush, and using those soft circular motions again, I'm just gonna sort of wiggle it in between the yellow and the pink. Very soft, almost no pressure on the brush. And that is gonna get that transition going for you. Now picking up the pink again on the Cosette S185 and placing it flat onto the skin and sort of making waving motions. So the movement that you make when you wave your hand, that kind of motion you wanna do to really buff out that edge to perfection. Okay, once you're happy with the blend, it's time to cut the lid. And for this, I'm using the P. Louise base again and picking that up on an Inglot 22 T brush and stamping the base on to carve it out. And to get rid of this harsh edge with the base here, you just kind of want to tap at it, and the brush will do the work for you. Now quickly with a bone colored shadow, also by Colored Rain, I'm setting that concealer. Taking a dive into this peach color called Crushin', and taking a small blending brush and applying it flat onto the lid again, and using tapping motions, I blur the line of the bone and the pink. On an Inglot 13P brush, I'm picking up the pink and placing it on the lower lash line towards the outer corner. Then following towards the middle of the lower lash line using the neon coral. And then you guessed it, dipping into the yellow and continuing that. But I leave a slither of skin open to put white liner over top later on. Now going in with my white liner to define that inner corner. Taking this Stila Gold Goddess Magnificent Eye Metal, and I'm defining the corner of my cut crease with this and just stamping it along the line of that cut crease. Just like that. And last but not least, I'm applying a thick, fat wing liner to ground this look. And for lashes, I'm using Lily Lashes in Caramel. Okay, so these are the eyes completed, and I am personally loving it. It's such a unique, different shape, cutout. I love the color. I know this won't be everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? Sip the tea. I also do want to let you know that if you're interested in buying any Colored Rain products, it will go from their eyeshadows to their highlighters to their lipsticks. If you're interested in buying anything from Colored Rain, you can use discount code Nikki at checkout. I'm not pushing you to use that code, but if you do want to save some money, you can use discount code Nikki at checkout. And now we bronze. So using stippling motions, I'm gonna apply the bronzer onto my cheekbones and get it on there. I am definitely in need of a kick of bronzer on this pasty white face. Doing some additional contouring. And I'm also gonna contour my nose off camera real quick. From a Morphe blush trio, I'm taking this color right here and mixing it with that middle shade. And these are called Boss and Fierce. For highlighter, I have this Flesh highlighter in the color Boost, and it's looking a little bit more like a glossy skin sheen. And I think I'll really like this to make my skin look a little bit more sort of glossy and like glossy, glowy wet. Is that a thing? We're making it a thing. So on a bigger highlighting brush, I'm just dousing it into that highlighter and sort of as like a glaze. See? Oh yes, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to. So I'm applying it to sort of this area. So right above my brow and sort of on the center of my forehead. And that is giving me that sort of healthy sheen. So it's not really highlighter. It's more so giving me that natural like luminosity. I'm also gonna do that on the apple of the cheek. Oh, that is really soft and pretty. So just on the cheek to get that sort of natural radiance going, a little bit on the chin. And then using Ofra Star Island as like a really pop of highlighter on the cheeks. That is what I mean. Oh my God, this color is so good. And then for lips, I want to dive into these by Dose of Colors. I Love Sarai recently collaborated with Dose of Colors and she came up with a bunch of beautiful products. So I have two liquid lipsticks. We have Nude Chica and Peachy. So Peachy looks like this, sort of like a nude peach, and Nude Chica looks like this. And I think I want this on my lips. And then over top, she came up with such a stunning nude lip gloss. This is called Barely There. I love. So it's gonna be Nude Chica and Barely There on the lips. And that, guys, completes this colorful summer transformation. I am living for the color. I am living for this eye shape. I am living for the drama, honey. It just felt so good to just sit down and play with makeup again after doing so many challenges. Don't get me wrong, I freaking adore doing the challenges. But sometimes us makeup lovers, us makeup junkies just have to sit down, play with colors, play with new products, and see what comes out. And I am really happy. I definitely suggest you checking out the Color Rain shadows and also of course the Dose of Colors I Love Sarai collaboration. Yeah, today felt good. Today is a little bit more low-key. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video and if you want more old school makeup tutorials, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you so much. I love you so much and hopefully I will see you guys on the next one.